Level 2. Okay, so we started with the O, and then we did some 1, and with both O and 1, our spheres are stationary spheres, so they're not moving around, although our centers are getting a lot of motion, figuring out all the different ways that we can move around while keeping our feet planted, or just changing directions and seeing how many ways can we access space with our feet planted or access our bodies with our feet planted. And now we're moving to level 2, which is expanding into our sphere. So level O, we explored our near sphere. Level 2, we expand into our sphere. So our spheres extend into the ends of the hoop in every direction. So I want to make sure that my sphere is clear. So how I do that? I move my hoop around my body in all the directions that I can move my hoop around my body. And I make sure that my sphere is clear. And indeed, it is clear. So now I know that I'm free to explore my space with my stationary sphere. I can put my feet closer together. I can put them further apart from each other. I can change my elevation from being standing up tall to squatting down. I can change my foot position. And I check in periodically to make sure that my feet are in a nice stable position and that they're parallel to each other as I'm doing this movement, because part of what we're doing with levels O, 1, and 2 is training our lower body to have a stable foundation as it's in motion, as we're moving around our upper body with the O and the 1, and now 2. So now we are, same thing, exploring all the planes that we can access around us, whether it's a vertical plane, or a horizontal plane. Or a diagonal plane. Diagonals are fun because those are nice big figure eights. And the big figure eights kind of mobilize our whole bodies to move in that figure eight shape. And we can go slow or fast. We can explore ways always keep the hoop in its plane as much as possible, whether we're going slowly or quickly. Because by maintaining the hoop within its planes as steadily as we can, we're engaging more of our body's stabilizer muscles, which help support our bodies and hold us upright and support us as we do these movements and motions. What's neat about the hoop, because it's a circle, it's limited in its motions. It can only go in circular motions, which is a rotary motion, like the wheels of a train, or a curvilinear motion. Even when we try to get a hoop to go in a straight line, it's going to curve, because it's the nature of the hoop to curve. But it's also the nature of our shoulder joints to go around in a circle. This is the glenohumeral joint, and it works together with the acromial clavicular joint, which is at the top here. And so between these two joints, we're able to do all of these different ranges. It's a multi-axial joint, so we can access all of these different planes. And when we practice using the hoop to guide us to move through space, it's maintaining us within a safe range of motion because of the circles. So as long as what we're doing feels comfortable, as long as it doesn't hurt, because we're moving around the hoop in such a way that feels good instead of feeling bad, then we're learning how to move through space in a way that works for our bodies. And as you're growing and you're changing dimensions and your arms and your legs are getting different lengths, we move through space differently. So having a tool that helps us adjust to the changes in our bodies as we're growing is great. And then to maintain it as a practice, once you're done growing, to maintain your body so that you can stay moving and mobile. And that's what these little myo hoops are for. I call them myo hoops because they're make your own hoops, but also because they mobilize our myofascial system. All right, and there you go. There's level 2, and then we'll have 3, 4, and 5 next. But you can do level 0, 1, and 2 for quite a while before progressing on to the next levels, because you really want to be sure that you have a sense of a firm foundation, that you know how to keep your core upright, that you're breathing, and that you're following that hoop, and that you're comfortable in doing it before moving on to level 3, where we become a mobile sphere and we start moving around. And at that point, we're juggling 3 spheres of consciousness. But that's for later. All righty, thank you.